Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Libras in early December? What's happening? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And then at the very end, we're going to have a very special treat for the Libras this week. My lifelong friend happens to be an expert astrologer, and she is going to give you a wonderful astrological segment and forecast just to see what the stars have for you. So it should be awesome. Show her some love. Let's get into the reading, though, real quick. Let's keep this moving along and see what we got for Libra, please. Your readings have been very interesting in recent weeks, so I've been looking forward to this one now. All right, cool. So we have some page energy right here up front, and this is a good card to start with. And notice this has a yin-yang, which is something that's synonymous with Libras here. This is a beautiful, balanced energy. So even if we have challenges within the reading itself, this is a really good way to start. Very creative and expressive. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So we see this individual here, they're playing that instrument. I think it's a lute, some sort of stringed instrument. And this just screams page energy to me. You see this person there, they're dressed up. It looks like an old school student playing that instrument. There's a rainbow coming out. There's a yin yang. So there is a sense of balance here in the front end of this spread, which is really good. This is fantastic for a lot of Libras to really kick into any creative endeavor or new things. That's what pages represent to me. Yes, they are also messengers, so there is something surrounding expression here for you, Libra, showing up here on the front end, whether it's expressing through verbal, speaking, communicating, or expressing yourself artistically. This is a very good balanced type of card. And if you've been going through some difficulties in recent times, problems, tough situations, Spirit is really asking you to embrace your creativity in some way, to really get those thoughts out and just express things, okay? Especially if you're feeling frustrated. But we're going to put this down right here. Like I said, it could also be surrounding communication as well. Let's put that page down. Let's get into tarot now. And as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. What do we got for Libra here? My gods and spirit team. And yeah, while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. The energy was super positive, which was really nice for you, Libra. It was titled A Massive Blessing. So for a lot of you, I hope that came in. Now, those energies could still bleed over into the coming days and weeks. I always say blessings, wins, victories, they come in all different shapes and sizes. But it felt so good that the completion of something was really going to benefit you in a big way. We had Empress energy showing up last week, so it was nice. But as far as this week goes, you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this reading how it hits for you, right? We could be seeing your energy or someone you're connected to. So let's get it going. Let's get these first 3 cards out for my lovely Libras. Guides and spirit team, what's happening with my friends? All right, King Wands, position number 1, fire sign energy to start you off. And that is a theme I've been starting to see with the air signs this week. There seems to be a lot of fire happening in these tarot spreads. Let's keep moving. Let's get a couple more, whether that's a person or that's just you directing your energy in some sort of way. We'll talk about it more in a moment. Okay. You got yourselves a tower. Now remember, I always read this top row in the upright first. So we have tower energy right here in the center. Okay, let's get one more and see what's happening. What's going on? Thank you. Okay, yeah, you're going to have a bonus here. There's a shakeup happening, Libra. We have the King of Pentacles right here on the back end. And you also have a bonus, which is the 10 of Wands. Lots of transformative energy here for you this week, Libra. So there's something that's going to be shifting or changing. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, elementally, yeah, we have fire, we have Scorpio energy here with that tower, lots of transformation. We have the King of Pentacles, but Something I'm noticing here with the kings, they represent control, and whenever you have control-based cards and a tower, to me that's indicative of things changing in a very, very big and powerful way. We're going to need to keep our eye on that tower for sure. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this story out, because Libras are going through a lot of different things. Not every tower has to be a bad tower. Let's start at the beginning, right? In the beginning, we have the King of Wands. So some of you may be connected to a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sag, if you are not. The King of Wands is the ruler of the wand suit. Wands, they represent motivation, passion, drive, desire. It's very entrepreneurial type of energy. It's a go-getter, right? And generally when I think of this card, I think of action and how we expend our energy. The King of Wands, since he is the controller of the suit, if it's not a person you're connected to, is Spirit asking you to really analyze how you spend your energy. Are you using too much of it? Using too little of it? Are you wasting it? Are you not? And it has been showing up in other air signs this week as well, especially Gemini. But the King of Wands can also be spontaneous. If we're looking at like the reverse meaning of the King of Wands, it could be unpredictable. It could be spontaneous, especially next to a tower. And the King of Wands and King of Pentacles are completely opposite energies, right? So just like we had the page with the yin yang, these are kind of yin yang type of energies. I mean, technically air would be, but I'm just telling you how it's feeling to me. So we're really going to need to clarify this and dig deeper and see what's happening. Now, moving to the center, we have this tower sticking out like a sore thumb. Now let's talk about it. Towers get a bit of a bad reputation. Could be a scary card. I know when you look at the imagery here, you see the tower exploding, the people falling out of it. And yes, there is an element of shock and surprise with this card, okay? Towers could represent the foundation crumbling or being broken down for whatever reason. But I just say, because I'm an optimistic person, not every tower is bad. Sometimes it's for the best. It is also karmic. It can be karmic cycles, and it represents the Scorpio collective, okay? So you might just be connected to a Scorpio. There are some positives with this card, aside from the shock and surprise, whether good ones or tough ones coming in. The tower to me is very transformative, and it's passionate as well. Remember, it is a phallic symbol. It's an aspect of the divine masculine. So for a lot of Libras, you might be filled with extra oomph, extra fire, extra passion. This could be explosive energy, especially next to this King of Wands. Now, moving to the back end is where we get this grounding down of the energy we've been seeing, or whether this is like your regularly scheduled program on the back end. Like, we are in for some sort of transformation or change here, because the King of Pentacles could be earth sign energy, might be connected one to one. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If not, this is very, very abundant. Remember last week we saw tons of blessings for you. This King of Pentacles could represent blessings as well. I think of this as a very stable, very victorious, win-based type of sign, especially for material things. Remember, kings also represent authority figures as well, if they're not divine masculine figures in your life. So the King of Pentacles is very, very grounded, but the reverse aspect of this is unhinged, okay? So you see what I'm pushing at here, Libra. We have like the King of Wands, which could be spontaneous. Then we have a tower. Now we have the King of Pentacles. To me, it is a recipe for things like changing very rapidly, very, very quickly. So just keep that in mind, like situations changing, feelings changing, like it could all be on the table here when we have this. Now, getting to the bonus card, we have the 10 of Wands. There are some really good aspects of this card, but obviously it could be a challenge. This could be somebody that is burdened. Okay, now this doesn't carry as much weight as the main part of the spread, but when I see the 10 of Wands, I do say this could be a warning about your physical body, physical vitality. Make sure you're getting rest and recuperation, specifically neck, back, and spine. That's a big thing with the 10 of Wands, like make sure you're staying loose here, but it's a burden type of energy. The good thing though is that it's determined, so even if you are going through tough things, this could be Spirit saying like, you'll get through it. Might not be easy, but you'll get through it, you'll get past it. The solution will come eventually. So I really want to dive deeper on all this stuff, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and see what's going on for the Libras. Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Libra, you could drop it right down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, King of Wands time. What's happening? I feel like this could be a spark plug of some kind. I'm already getting that. We don't even have a card out just yet. Eight of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, there could be something you're having a very difficult time with walking away from, moving away from. Even if you're not quite giving full energy to it, I feel like it's like, all right, well, maybe this isn't the healthiest, but like, maybe can I partially walk away, or do I have to fully give this up? There could be something that you're just not wanting to give up, okay? Whether it is a person, whether it's a behavior. This to me feels like something that's like under the skin, okay? Like something or someone that has gotten under the skin. That's just intuitively what this feels like to me. Now, Eight of Cups could be seen as just regular action, but a lot of people read this as walking away. When I see it in reverse, there is a return coming here as well. So aside from all the stuff that I was seeing here in the beginning, with the Tower, with this going on, there could be possibilities that in the coming days and weeks, whether it's behaviors, whether it's individuals, there could be things returning suddenly or unexpectedly. That's just what this is making me feel here, Libra. So take from that what you will. Obviously, we're not going to read too much more into it. I feel like it's a very straightforward type of energy. Either there's something that is very difficult to give up or move on from that you might be grappling with, or there could be something or someone coming back around for another round. Let's move over to the Tower. And I really want to see what's up with that King of Pentacles too. Yeah, we have a very interesting one on our hands here, Libra. Scorpio energy here in the center, which could be change-based, transformation-based. So why is the Tower in the mix? Thank you. This is almost unstoppable type of energy. We have more court card energy. This is a card that could represent you. We have the Knight of Swords in the upright underneath the Tower. And there is no stopping whatever this Tower is, whether it is in regards to somebody returning, whether it is in regards to like a shocking change of some sort. This could be telling me that a lot of Libras are experiencing Tower moments of different varieties in this time. Now, I will say, we might get more clues on what type of Tower this could be as we move to the King of Pentacles. Maybe it's a good Tower. I guess it depends on the lens that you're viewing your current situation through. But I just want you all to keep in mind that shocking change or shocking transformations don't have to be a bad thing. Okay? They don't always have to be bad. Maybe it moves at a quicker pace than you'd like it to move. That's okay. Change is very uncomfortable, and a lot of times we're not ready for changes that come into our lives. And that's kind of how this feels here in the center. Because with the Tower and this Knight of Swords, they are just blasting through. It's like unstoppable energy here. So there might be certain things that are out of your hands. Still, though, I'm getting that vibe that we're picking up here in the beginning, that certain things, people, situations could be prone to pop back up and return. Like that's just a huge vibe I'm picking up here in this week's reading. Okay, so we're going to move in on that King of Pentacles. Maybe this Tower is a good Tower depending on your perspective, right? So let's see why that King of Pentacles is there. Then we'll do a quick recap before you can get your fantastic astrological forecast. All right, there's a lot going on in the stars, my friends. Maybe it has more clues for us. So let's see why that King of Pentacles is here before we get into the recap, please. That Tower energy is very strong. So yeah, what I already told you, it could just be changed or just something that's unstoppable. Okay. So in the end, you might get a result that is difficult to get to, but it will be for the best. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse underneath this King of Pentacles. And to me, this is something that may be attained in a very slow manner. Now, that's the complete opposite of what we have here in the beginning. There might be certain chaos going on or just a lot of things happening, a lot of energies affecting you. And it might be like, all right, well, how can I ever reach this happy ending, or how can I ever reach what I want? Like things are in shambles right now. Like things are crazy right now. How am I ever going to get to this point? The Four of Pentacles does show me an energy opening up, moving towards the positive. It's just very slow here. Okay. For another portion of you, this Four of Pentacles in reverse underneath the King of Pentacles, this could be somebody that is feeling like their ground is shaking as well. Like the ground is being shaken underneath them. And it makes sense with all the possible transformation and change that we're seeing in the main part of the spread. If all these energies are happening, of course, there's going to be like a shaking underneath foot, under the ground, where someone is feeling shaken up. And that's just the vibe I'm picking up here on the back end. But yeah, whatever your Best case scenario is it can happen, but it's going to take some time and patience because there's just too much up in the air right now. I feel like there's so much up in the air, so much changing. Let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Libra, then we'll get into your astrological forecast. That's going to be one to watch for sure. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the King of Wands and the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I did say this could be something that is very difficult to move past or move on from. I did give the little saying that it's someone or something that may have gotten under your skin. Another vibe here is like somebody coming back, somebody or something coming back around. We got a return happening, and it makes sense with the Tower next to it. So even if you don't expect it, it could be happening. We have the Tower with the Knight of Swords in the upright. So yeah, there is no stopping this change, whether it's a shocking change or whether it's somebody coming in. Whatever this Tower represents to you in your current situation, it's almost unstoppable. And it just feels like there's so much energy in a lot of different places. There's so much things changing and transforming. It's hard to make sense of it all. When we get to the back end, I feel like we might be looking to the distant future, because we have the King of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Whatever your optimal end game is, it might take a while to get to that optimal ending because there's just so much happening energetically at the very least. There's just so much changing here. So I do see a possible good ending to this. It might take a while. There's also someone that feels like they've been rocked or their foundation is shaking up. So before we kick it over to your astrological segment, I just want to let you all know, if you're interested in channel memberships, I'll put a link for it down below. Obviously, there's no pressure in that, but it's a beautiful way to support the channel. And with that being said, I'm going to kick this on over to the astrological expert, Stacy.
Hi Libras and Libra risings. My name is Stacy, and I've been practicing astrology for 29 years. And I'm here to tie in what's going on in the cosmos with your tarot reading. So I want to backtrack and let you know that as of November 25th, we had Mercury go into shadow in Sagittarius and making a square to Neptune in Pisces. 2 days later, the Gemini full moon took place, and at the same time, Venus was conjuncting the South Node, and still is, just a little more loosely, and making a square to Pluto. On December 6th, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces, and December 12th, there's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius, and it's going to trine the North Node in Aries. And 6 hours later, we'll have Mercury go retrograde in Capricorn. So there's a lot to unpack here. For you guys, there's going to be a lot of focus on home and family life, your day-to-day life, probably even your health, and what you need to do to be more true to yourself as you have Venus and the South Node in your first house. There's definitely a refinement of what you value in your life, and making a square to Pluto and Capricorn in your fourth house. There definitely could be some tension with family or home life that is making you rethink your values and realize what you need to let go of in order to have your life more in line with what you want. With the Gemini full moon happening in your ninth house, there's a culmination or something coming to a close that may have started in June during the new moon period. And with the ninth house, that has to do with education, your belief systems, long distance travel, or even people from faraway places. So when that happened, it also opposed Mars in Sagittarius. That definitely brings another energy of tension with an opposition, and that opposition is your third and ninth house. So I definitely think that there's a maybe some passions regarding your people that you're around in your day-to-day life, siblings or co-workers, neighbors, what have you, and what you're bringing to a close in your ninth house. So definitely a people focus, people from far away versus people nearby, right? With the new moon in Sag trining the North Node, that's happening in your third and seventh house. So what you're starting in that third house is going to affect your seventh house. And there's going to be positive energy for that with the trine. So there will be some pretty lasting results with whatever you're starting during that new moon. However, with Mercury going retrograde 6 hours later on the 13th, there's going to be a need for revising those plans, maybe reviewing contracts that you may be getting into, or rethinking what exactly your plans are and how they affect your partnerships. It's going to be a little bit of a little challenging, but it will be positive. And I do think a lot of this plays out pretty well with the tarot reading, when there was some burdensome energy being brought up, and, you know, things that you need to walk away from, and some changes that need to be made, and unfortunately slow progress. Anything worth changing does take time. So no worries, Libra. The rest of December will have some positive energy, even though right now there's some challenging ones in play. So I hope you enjoyed it and it brought you some clarity as to what's going on in the sky. And with that, stay tuned for the subscriber surprise.
If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's fire and air readings. But for December, I'll be giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's one of my favorite new decks out there, and it's really enjoyable to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you think tarot is best used for? Is it for looking at love situations, the past, the future, energy checks? Whatever it is, you drop your answer down in the comments below. And as always, the winners will be announced at random at the end of December. My friends, as always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.